Hello, good morning. We have Krystal Denham here today, and Krystal signed up for the program, I believe in January.
Yes,
January.
January 11th.
Oh, wow. Yeah, January 11th, 2024, which is brand new. I mean, it's just at the beginning of the year, and you've had a pretty good start so far. Okay,
Mhm.
so what I'd like to do first off is introduce yourself, Krystal. Where are you from, and what is your background and experience in dealing with business owners and so forth?
Yeah, so I am located in Kansas City. I'm on the Missouri side of Kansas City. However, I have lived in the Kansas side of Kansas City too. So big metropolitan area. I'm very blessed to be in this space here. My experience is in sales and marketing and business development. I've spent about 17 years in business to business sales, manufacturing sales, direct sales, and then more recently in business development and event planning and marketing too. So I have a quote unquote big girl job, and I have been working on building a yoga brand and business as well. I've spent the past 5 years developing my yoga business, which is stand up paddleboard yoga and creating and directing a yoga festival. And then about 2 years ago, I saw a post on Instagram, uh, somebody featuring Paul, and I just reached into it and I kept following and I started subscribing to his emails and I'd read every single one that came through and popped in his beginners group and just watched for so long. And I kept thinking to myself, this looks like a lot of fun. The residual income is like exactly what I'm going for. Uh, but why did I fear joining so much? Why did it take so long when I've had such a big sales background? And I can't tell you why, other than it's that fear of failure, right? We all face this moment in our life where like, wow, this is a huge investment. This is a really large investment. Am I capable of this? Do I have the skills? Do I have that kind of drive required to do this, to invest in myself and feel comfortable with it? And hell yes, you do. Everyone does. If you're sitting there watching, you have the drive to do it too.
Absolutely. And you said you finally made the decision at the probably at the end of the year. You said, okay, I'm going to go for it. What made you go say, okay, I'm ready. I'm going to go for it.
Yeah, John. But thank you for that question. Um, I started a business mindset program with a coach. And the whole entire time, my very first thing that I was like, what am I going to get clear on in my life? What is it that I want in my life? What do I need to feel happy? And I just kept putting this merchants, merchants. Every single day, I'm writing this down. Why am I not committing myself to it? So I finished my business program with my mindset coach, and I looked at my husband and I'm like, I'm doing it. And he's like, what? I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm going to do this because I know this is going to be life changing. I've meditated on this for way too long. I've waited way too long. I love you. I'm doing this. Just believe in me. And I was like, okay, go for it. Let's see what you can do.
Awesome, awesome. Yep, and I know, it's funny because I know I spoke to you one time on a Zoom, and then I was like, then all of a sudden I see an account come through, then I saw another account come through, then I seen another, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like wow, she's really off to the races. I see you signed about 5 accounts already.
Yeah, six. Six. I'm
Six.
waiting for approval on one. And I have a solid six in the pipeline, if not, I think seven in the pipeline that I feel like I will close within the next month.
Awesome. That's great.
Yeah, yeah, I'm really excited. It's been so much fun, and a lot. It's a lot easier than what I imagined, really. Just walk in and make friends and talk. I have this little message that I do, and people just cling on to it. And I end up spending a little too much time at these places, just chatting and making friends with every single person in there.
Yeah.
So it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, and that's always been my motto, make a friend, make a sale. And a lot of times, I go into businesses and I'm just hanging out there with the owner and they're like, "Hey, do you want a soda? You want to take a water with you in the summer?" They're always really nice. And early on my focus was like, yeah, there is a couple jerks out there that maybe they had a bad day. But you know what? I told myself, stay away from the jerks, just focus on the nice people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And there's plenty of nice people out there. So you don't have to battle somebody to try to get a sale. All you're doing is going out and meeting nice people.
yeah. So when I come across those, I it's definitely a learning experience because those are the ones that will give you every single objection and still overcome them. And you're like, well, hey, no, hey, we're just not a good fit, and that's okay. I just keep with you, and here's my information anyway. Maybe they'll call, maybe they won't, but at least I had the practice of, overcoming objections, working with people, working with negative situations, and then learning how to shake it off, continue, and go to the next business next door and land that one.
Absolutely. And another question, of the six accounts that you signed up, are any of those the leads that were provided to you from Merchant Automation?
Yes, an auto shop called the Import Shop is actually less than 2 miles from where I grew up.
Oh,
When
wow.
I walked in, he was like, "I'm not interested," and I'm like, "Well, I mean, you made this appointment with me. What's going on?" And I come to find out that this lady just had another representative walk in. She just signed a contract less than 3 days prior with somebody else. And she's like, but I am getting screwed. I know I am. And I'm like, well, let me take a look at it. And she didn't feel any confidence towards me. So I just started talking about the park right across the street because I grew up there. It's one of my most favorite parks. I like taking my kids there. So I was just talking to her about it and the 7-Eleven next door that my parents would take me to get slushies at. Um, and she just began talking to me then. And then I asked her, like, what's going on? Why are you so hesitant when I'm trying to eliminate all of your fees and give you a terminal for free? Why are you hesitant? And she says, I'm paying $90 for a terminal. And the guy that just walked in here, I'm going to be paying $90 for that terminal. I've been doing this for years now. And I'm like, $90 for this terminal right here? And it was the Baseball Food Terminal. And I am like, Harriet, this terminal can cost me about $250, and I will loan it to you, and you don't ever have to pay for that $90 again. And then that's when she was like, well, I'm in a contract with this other company until July on this terminal. And the person that walked in the other day, now I'm going to be paying another terminal. I'm like, how many days ago was it? And luckily, I've had a little in college, some contractual law classes, and been through enough legal stuff in my life that kind of get the gist of contracts, right? And she had just signed this contract within 3 days, and I was like, "Hey, this is the cancellation period. You got this. You can just call and cancel right now." And she did. She called the rep and canceled immediately. And I went back the next day and signed her up, got her terminal. I'll be helping her cancel her other company. But I just helped her with all of it, and she's so appreciative. And she's been calling me. I took her some candy, um, and it was just been really lovely. There's a gentleman who lives next door to her shop who comes in and visits with her every day. So I got to sit down and just talk to him about music and things in the area, and that was the piece that allowed her to feel comfortable with me enough to let me see her statements and let me see the areas that she is like embarrassed by because she has been getting screwed over by this company and she just did it again. She just fell into the same trap. So it took breaking down those walls and allowing her to feel like I'm not there to screw you over. I'm here to help you and help your business grow and make sure that you're not overpaying anything anymore because that's not
Ab
necessary. You don't have to do that.
Absolutely. And that's like a that is it's such a perfect sale because one, right off the bat she said she's not interested, you know. And and I tell the sales reps that you're gonna get that. Be ready for that. They're gonna
Every
say,
single person.
yeah, yeah, they're good. First thing they're gonna say, they're gonna test you and they're gonna say they're not interested because they want to see how you handle that. They want to see, but once you get past that and you build that rapport with them, and like you said, that was so beautiful that you were like, you know what, I just started talking about the park, and I do that all the time too. When I feel that they're shelled up, I start talking about something else. I forget business and I start talking about, something else to get them their mind off of that stress that they feel currently about their fees. And that stress is real because they know that they're getting taken advantage of somewhere else, and they don't know if they want to be able to share that with you yet. Once you build that rapport, which you were able to do pretty quickly because you know the area, you know what to talk about, then she was ready to open up to you. And that is what people have to do at every sale, a lot of times. And sometimes they're just gonna be like, here's my statement. Uh, but yeah, that was key. And then another thing is to sales reps out there to know is that why I feel so confident out in the field once I realize that there's other companies that are out there taking advantage of business owners. And if I could be the Superman for them, that's going to save them money. And I know that there's evil reps out there that are just making commissions on these high leases, or the business owner just signed up for, on online or with a big chain, Bank of America or Wells Fargo. They don't have a sales rep. They don't have somebody that's going to come and take care of them. And we fill that void. We just have to be available to fill that void. Yep. So that's awesome. Um, Now, you said that you met the neighbor, her neighbor, and he owns a
Yeah, his name is
business as well?
Robert. He does not.
Oh, okay.
He's just a visitor. He comes in and chats with them and keeps them company in the day. So we were able to make friends, and I think that that really helps because getting to know the people, the regulars that are in there too. That was been one thing that when I walk into a salon or people in these tire shops getting the sweet rims on their car, like if I compliment them and I start talking to the customers in there too, the employees are gonna be like, who's this girl that just walks in and
Hmm.
just becomes friends with every single person? Like, what is she drinking? What's she on? I need some of that. So that's what I try to do. My method.
Absolutely. Yes. Positive, friendly attitude goes a long way. Awesome. And okay, cool. Very good. And some of the leads you got on your own.
Yeah.
Were they warm leads, people that you already knew, or just cold
No.
calling?
Yeah. Yeah. So in our area, there's so much divide, so many different spaces, and I got a lead from the company for this auto body shop. And I went and talked to them, and they were like, yes, we're going to do this. But our accountant, who we trust with all of our stuff, is in Korea right now. And these gentlemen are Korean too. And the father doesn't speak much English. And he wants to wait because he wants him to be able to give me a social security number and all of his banking information just because he wants his somebody who's confident and comfortable with to do this. So when I left them, I'm like, okay, that was great. I'm gonna just stop at every single place because this is a row of car shops, right?
Mhm.
And then I'm going to go down the street because I also know this other road of a lot of car shops and salvage yards, and I'm going to hit those up too. And then that's what I started to do is just, hey, where's the next closest auto shop? Where's the next closest salon? Where's the next closest to where I'm at currently? And that's kind of been my method. I walk in and just start talking.
Yep. Do you have a set script that you go with your like kind of like your elevator pitch, or you just go in and talking about anything?
Yeah. My name is Krystal. I do merchant services in the area. I just want to come in and introduce myself. I was down talking with Joe, and I noticed that you guys are a similar kind of business. So that's it. And I just start talking. Oh, Joe from Joe's Auto Body. There's been a few places that are like, hey, I want you to go check out this person or come talk to him or go see him too. So that's been really cool getting leads from just people that I walk into places and start talking to them. But after that, like who I am, what I do, I have flyers that I've printed out from the company in our CRM, and it's basically like, hey, the technology that we have offsets the cost of processing credit cards, so you don't have to worry about paying for that anymore. The person who's using the card pays for it instead. And they're like, okay. And like, here's some more information that it's going to explain this a lot better, a lot further in depth than me. But hey, if you have any questions after looking at this, then give me a call, or I'll be back here tomorrow. I'll be back here on Wednesday when I come and see Joe again. So I'll just stop back in. But that's it. It varies from
Yeah.
there, but
And
that's
that's,
that's
you know,
pretty
that's
much it.
yep, that's so awesome that, a cold lead can become a warm lead the minute you mention Joe. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so that's what I tell the reps all the time is like you go to a place and you talk to somebody, you can go around the neighborhood and be like, oh yeah, I just got done talking to Joe. And they'll be like, oh, you did? Okay. So even though you didn't sign him up, you can still mention that you talked to him, and that automatically makes them feel more comfortable.
Yeah, it does, especially in the areas that I've been in because it's like, who's this girl walking into our salvage yard right now? So, letting them know that I was just visiting with Hector at his car shop and dealership. People have loved Hector, and they're like, "Oh, you know Hector and Miriam? Okay." So that's been really nice to just name drop.
Yep. Awesome. And what was your process once you signed up and you started the program? Did you immediately attack watching all the videos? Did you go to
Yes,
the Facebook Lives? And what was
yes.
the process of learning all the material?
I wanted to absorb everything as fast as I possibly can. So I put it on my big screen TV in my living room, and my husband and I just marathon watched it all just kept going. The the videos, the music at the end, like definitely got me going in the beginning. I'm like, yeah, let's do this. Let's watch another video. So just absorbed as much information as I could. And like I said, I've been watching for so long, so I felt like I was really ready
Hmm.
when I finally started. I felt like, okay, I got this. I can do this. I can learn all this stuff as fast as possible and then get out there. And I did. And I failed for like a week straight. I went out and tried finding my own leads prior to getting any from the company. And every single person, I'm just like objection after objection. I'm like, what did I do? Do I know what I'm doing? Oh my gosh. And then I just stepped back and realized that I do need to go in and make friends. I'm not trying to sell anything, right? I'm in trying to help people, let them know that this program exists, and let them know that I can help them. And if they're not interested, there's another business next door. So it wasn't necessarily failing. It was learning how to overcome the objections. Although I've been watching the videos, although I've been in sales, I have to experience it over and over and over again. So it feels smooth to me and I'm not struggling to get the words out.
Yes. Yes, and that is key. That's what I tell the sales reps. Before you say, okay, I'm ready for the leads, and you watched all the videos and you think you're ready, go out and talk to 10 to 20 business owners so that you know what to expect, you know what's coming, you know what the objections are. You learn the rebuttals and how to answer them smoothly and then go from there. Um, because like everything, it's what I tell people all the time is like, hey, if you say to me, John, we're gonna go run the marathon in 3 months, and I'm like, whoa, I'm not ready for that. I haven't ran in months, and so what am I gonna do? I'm not just gonna show up and run the marathon. I'm not gonna make it. But if I'm serious about it, I'm gonna start running 2 miles, then you know on the weekend try 4 miles, and then keep going, and just keep over the next 3 months building up on that so that I'm ready for the 26 miles. And even like when people work out, you get setbacks like, man, I've been working out for 3 weeks. I have not lost 1 pound. And then all of a sudden on the fourth week, you just keep going and you're like, oh, I lost 2 pounds. You know, it's just hitting that wall, but then going past it.
Oh yeah, very much so. I definitely understand that. I have a 11-month-old. So coming back and getting back to that mom bod after, yeah, I get you.
Absolutely. Yep. And okay, so you went to the trainings and you went through the trainings pretty quick. You went out there, you got some rejections, and you came back and said, okay, let me focus on building relationships. Um, and that is also key because I tell people the faster you learn to build rapport, and you don't have to, it doesn't have to be rocket scientists. You could say, okay, it might take you 6 visits to build rapport, but when the customer can say to you, high five you or say, hey, Krystal, how you doing? They know you. And
Hmm.
and that could happen, like you did it within a 15-minute period, but for some people it's going to take 6 visits to build that rapport, you know,
Oh yeah, I
but
have accounts like that I'm working on that are that's why it's taking a little long. Every time I go in, they're like, "Oh, the
yeah.
computers want me to."
Yeah, because
That's
some
okay.
people are going to open up different, they're going to take a little longer. But if you just keep showing up, and just say hi, after a while they're going to be like, Krystal, how you doing? I know you, they already know you.
Yep,
Yeah,
they know what I want.
yeah, absolutely. Um, Great. And you been to a few of the Facebook Lives?
Yes, yeah, it's very helpful. I got to pop into Jordan's live last night with tech and onboarding. That's my biggest piece that I am learning right now. So I'm really putting my head down and learning more about our uh, machines and what they do and how to operate them and what I can do with them and different selling advantages that I have with them. Learning a lot in Clover and our app market and different apps to uh, switch or change different merchants over to, because that's a lot of objections that I'm getting with um, there's a skate shop that I've been working with and a few restaurants and liquor stores. And those are the objections that I'm hearing are different apps for their inventory. So learning those, what they have in different apps to change them to in
Mm,
Clover. So that's the key piece that I've been working on. But the trainings, the live trainings in Facebook and our group are their money.
absolutely.
That's where you learn how to better your craft. So
Absolutely.
that I feel like the trainings that we get and that we go through in the beginning are like, hey, here is all the stuff that we cover, and from there you can learn too.
Yeah. Absolutely. And what would you say are your goals as far as building a residual portfolio?
Ooh,
Hmm,
that's a good one. My goal is one account a week. I would like to sign up one account a week.
awesome. And do you have a monthly residual income in mind that you're like, okay, I would be very comfortable?
Uh, yes, yeah, I do. And that's a big goal from where I'm at right now. But I strongly believe that within 2 years that I can be at least 30,000 a month.
Wow, yes. And it's definitely doable. You're literally just about 2 months into the program. And it's that training process. Um, but the beauty of it is, you've already got a good start. The accounts you've already signed up already covered your investment in the program. So, that's
Yeah,
amazing there in itself. And then now you're just building upon, and you are going to, by going out there weekly talking to people, you're going to find the restaurants and the tire shops doing 100,000 a month, $200,000 a month, and so forth. And just one of those accounts, it can bring anywhere between $1,000 to $5,000 a month in residuals. So yes, definitely, you could definitely reach those goals, and a lot of times a lot faster than you think.
yeah, I definitely surprised myself.
Mhm.
I was very excited when it just kind of domino effect. Like I got that first one, and it was just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Right after that. And that's when I was like, okay, I had nothing to be scared of. That's when I was able to look back at the past 9 months to solid 2 years that I've been following and say, okay, just about anybody can do this. Just about anybody can walk in and release their fears and say, I can make my investment back. I can go out there and get 6 yeses. I can go out there and make sure that I'm covering my investment as fast as I possibly can. That was my goal, right? I wanted to get out there. I wanted to land 5 accounts as fast as possible and go from that 0.65 to that 0.75. And
Absolutely.
then begin to make um, my investment back so I can now update my daily driver, right? I want a new car. I
Mhm.
deserve that.
Yeah. And isn't it interesting how once you get well, after you get your first few accounts, you're just like it's kind of like addicting, like, wow, I want to go out there and get more, because
Yeah.
you see, once you got the process down, it's just really, you just keep building, you just keep what is the word? Duplicating it.
Yep. Wash, rinse, repeat.
Yeah, you're just gonna keep duplicating it, and boom, and then it becomes that much easier because you already know, when you start off, like the first 2 months is learning and learning, learning, but in 4 months from now, you're gonna be a master at this. And it's gonna then it's gonna be like, okay, now I'm just boom, closing deals, closing deals, closing deals.
Yeah. I'm really excited. I have a chamber event next week and I'm like, yes. And it's in an area that I wouldn't have normally gone myself. It's not a very safe area or safe neighborhood. Most people are like, do not go out there past this time. And oh my gosh, Krystal, I cannot believe you're down in that area. And I'm like, I understand, but these people are business owners who need me too. And it has been very successful for me. So I'm excited to go and check out a chamber event in this area for St. Patrick's Day. We're doing uh, Irish coffee and scones or something. But
Hmm.
the chamber events have been a lot of fun of going in and chatting with people and trying to figure out where I fit.
Yes. And is that, you said, the chamber event?
Yeah,
Okay, cool. What are the key things? I successfully was a member of three chambers of commerce, and I would get 1 to 3 leads from each chamber every month. And I actually signed up each chamber for a credit card machine. So
that will definitely be in my wheelhouse of
yeah, and then
getting to
what
the
are the
right
things
person.
yeah, one of the things that you can tell the chamber is, hey, look, because I'm a member, I would love to give you guys, upgrade you guys a new machine, with all the bells and whistles, so you can do all this and that, and they're looking like, oh wow, really? You're gonna give us this machine? Absolutely. So yeah, so it's a win-win. And then the other key is, is the deals happen in those little conversations that you're having when talking to somebody there. You know, I once signed up, I got leads from a competitor that was there. Okay, because I was able to, she worked for Chase Bank, and they do merchant services as well, but I was able to say, hey, you know, if you have any clients that you can't get approved, you know, our company, we're a little bit more lenient, you know, we could get them approved if they don't have this or that, or if they don't want to be in a contract, we can put them in a no contract. She's like, oh yeah, I'll send them to you. Next thing you know, she's sending me leads, you know, and just because I established that conversation with her. Um, but yeah, those are those leads come in by you working and talking. The same thing you're doing with business owners, building that rapport. You're building the rapport with the members as well. You can definitely learn to work it, and once you build a good pipeline, you got people calling you about deals.
Yeah, yeah, I have a few of those in the works right now. As soon as I can, there's one business that I have that has a car dealership in their lot, and their they sell so much in a day. I walked in. This is a small lot. I walked in one Saturday, and he's like, "Yeah, I sold 6 cars today." And how do you have 6 cars in this lot? But they have two of these dealerships, and this is again in a place that people don't really want to go to, but it's the car area. So everybody comes down into this car space, and maybe they're not interested in buying a car, but they pass 10 dealerships, and there's that one car over there that's $10,000, and they're really excited to go buy it. But what I found is a lot of these places they use PayPal, Cash App, Venmo to accept credit cards, and I'm like, how have you been doing this? One place that I walked into uh, that they're selling $40,000 in cars a month using Cash App and PayPal. And I'm like, why haven't you got a credit card terminal yet? He's like, I'm not paying those fees. They want 4%. Like, I know. He's like, and then I have to pay for a terminal. So we've had some conversations, and he was so excited to get started. And he's like, Krystal, are you a marketing strategist? How did you know that I needed a credit card terminal? I'm like, I didn't. I was just walking through your business. That's
Yeah, absolutely. And what what is one thing that you could say to people that are thinking about joining the program? What would you say to them?
yeah, I would say you have to come to your why. Why is it that you want to do this? That's the biggest thing. Why? My why is what drove me to continue to break down my fears, to figure out every single step that I would need to take, to be confident in myself enough to invest that kind of money. So I think the biggest piece is to figure out why does this interest you? If you're fearful, then overcome those fears somehow. Maybe you haven't been in sales. Pick up a book, read about how to walk into a place, how to talk to people. Um, just overcome your fears and do it. Like Nike says, just do it.
Yeah,
Because it is fun. And when you're enjoying yourself, it really doesn't feel like work.
absolutely. Yes, and then yeah, and then it becomes um at the end of the day, you are it can be really rewarding because you're out there in the field, you're not stuck in an office, you're out there in the field, you're talking to people, you're building rapport. Uh so it's very freeing. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, very much so. A lot of the positions that I've been in since college have been like where I would work from home. My office was my car. I would drive around and speak to people and walk into businesses and just chat. Same way, I worked in the grocery industry for a long time, so it was grocery stores, and I've been, speaking to business owners or people making these choices for a while. But it's not scary when you walk into a place of a business owner. They're in the exact same position as you as a business owner. You just walk in with confidence and be grateful for the opportunity and the space to just get in, to talk to someone and not just sit in your car. Uh, yeah,
Absolutely. Awesome, awesome. And yeah, and you know, it's funny because I was like, okay, I know we talked about the first lead, and then I think over the weekend I saw like, oh, she signed the deal. I saw the app come in, then I was like, I think I saw a second one over the weekend, then I was like, okay, wow, two. Then I think it was in the following weekend I saw two or three come in. I was like, oh wow, Krystal's on fire.
yeah. So it was Friday. It happened on a
Yeah.
Friday, the import shop, and then on Monday I was able to sign uh, two back to back, and I believe it was a African extension hair salon, which I was kind of nervous doing that one because I did not know how to relate to that culture and hair extensions. But it was not hard. So that was the advice that I called you for is I don't know what to do here. I'm confused. But after that one, I walked into the salon next door and it took me 10 minutes of sitting there just talking to him. And he was like, why are you here? I'm like, oh, this is why I'm here. And he was like, yeah, I'll do it. And I was like,
No.
okay, well, this is fun. Keep going.
Yeah, so that's awesome. It's, you know, it's having that conversation, making that, you know, building that rapport. And then once you present the product or their service, it's a lot easier than going in and first. I think that's the key. Instead of going in and saying, "Hey, have you heard of cash discount? This is what it is." Bam, they shut you down right away. But if you go in and just talk to them, "Hi, how's everything? How's business? How you been? Boom, boom, boom. How long you been in this business here?" You know, next thing you know, they're like, "Oh, wow." You know, you're just regularly conversating with them. Then you say, "Oh, okay, here's what I'm. You know, I have the cash discount. Are you familiar with it?" Now they're going to be a lot more open to it.
Yeah, another kind thing that I've been doing is if it's something that I need, a shop that I'm walking into, like, spend a little money, pick up dinner, pick up lunch, grab a coffee, pick up some devices that you need from a shop, like whatever it is, just pick it up. They will understand and see that you're spending money there, and they'll be more appreciative and more uh, the word that I'm looking for, space, um, open to speaking with you.
Yes, and I always find that owners they want to see that their customers are doing great. So when you're a customer, they're like, "Oh, hi, how's everything? Did you find everything okay?" Boom,
Mm-hmm.
it's just a perfect opportunity to start a conversation.
Yep.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much, Krystal. It's been awesome. I know I was like, I was so surprised how fast you've started with the program. And I'm just like, wow, she's on fire. And, you know, I'm proud to have you on our team and to see your success. And it gives so much hope for everybody else that this can be done. It can be done successfully. It can be done fun. It can be exciting. It can be rewarding. So thank you so much for sharing everything with us today, and I look forward to working with you.
Yeah. Same, John. Thank you for all you do. And thank you for your support. I'm so appreciative for this opportunity. So thank you to you and Paul for doing this. Like, way to go. Kudos to you.
Thank you, thank you. Yes, it is, and it's still a big market with with a huge opportunity that you know people can keep signing up, and there's plenty of accounts. Like you know, like you are really the only person we have in Kansas right now.
Yeah.
You know what
I
I'm saying?
figured that. Yay.
Yeah, yeah, so there's plenty of room. Like there could be 10 more people in Kansas.
Yeah.
Um,
So,
Absolutely. All right, Krystal, great talking with you. You have a wonderful weekend, and we'll talk to you again soon. Bye bye.